How we doing, guys? How we doing? Welcome to the channel. Welcome to the channel. My name is BG. I am here today for shoulders and traps here at Planet. It's been a while since I've done a live for shoulders and traps, so I figured, hey, great day to get this going. I'm gonna pass on boxing tonight so I can get a good live in on shoulders and traps. Show you guys some of this stuff. Um, but that's all right. So I'm hoping the next couple of days to have a little treat for you guys, man. A buddy of mine's supposed to be coming into town. Uh, my buddy Sam, he's someone that I trained for a while, man. Got in pretty good shape, and I'm excited to introduce him to you guys, get him on a couple lives, have a good partner workout going. I think it'll be a good time, man. I think you guys will enjoy it. I think he'll enjoy it. So hopefully he comes down so we can do some cable chest and arms together tomorrow. We'll do a live for that, and then Saturday try to get a good home workout, hit some burpees and some running, show you guys a good live on that. It's been a minute since I've been able to do a good shoulder day with you guys. I always have boxing on Thursdays, but today I left my hand wraps at home, so probably not going to be boxing tonight because I'm dumb and forgot my hand wraps at home. So there's that. But we're just kind of warming up our shoulders here, so we'll go through a couple little shoulder routines. We'll start off with some handstands, show you guys a little bit of handstand training that I do. I do a crow to handstand, so anyone who doesn't know what a crow is, some people call it a frog stand. I have a difference between the crow and the frog. So for me, a crow, my knees are going to be on my elbows, right? And all I'm doing is leaning forward and balancing, finding my balance. Crow stand. It's a yoga pose. It's very good. Works on the abs and the shoulders very well. So I'll show you a side view on that. My knees are going on my elbows. And I'm up just like that, just holding it. And the main difference for me, frog stand, my knees are going to be resting more on my forearms. It's a little bit more intense. It's actually a little bit harder move. So that is more like this. And I'm resting my knees on my forearms. That's actually a little harder, but more effective on shoulders and handstands is going to be the crow. So, and I'll show you why. I go straight from crow into a handstand. As I'll start here, get a crow position, up into my handstand. So that's one of my favorite ways to warm up my shoulders is with the handstand. I love doing the crow into the handstand. It's one of my favorite moves. Like I said, a crow is way more effective than frog stand when it comes to training the shoulders. So they're very similar. Just one is a little harder. The frog stand is a little harder on the abs because you don't have your weight resting on your knees and your elbows. So that's a good move. Another one I like is upside down shrugs. If I could find a good way to show you guys that move. Let's see. Next, put you down here. But the upside down shrug is another really good one. A lot of people, when I do this move and show them this move, they want to do a row of sorts. But the main thing is when I'm doing this, I'm just shrugging my traps. I'm hitting my traps real good. I'm not bending my elbow. I'm not doing a row. It's just a shrug. My arm stays straight. So I'll show you from a front arm view first, and then I'll try to get a side view for you. But basically, if I can get something to rest my phone on here, that'll work. So basically, I'm grabbing this dip bar, and I'm just coming up, upside down, and I'm not rowing here. I'm shrugging. So I'm just my traps like I would on a shrug. And then I'll come down into an L hold before I come down. And that is really good on the traps, man. Really good trap muscle builder right there. It's basically doing a shrug with your body weight. That's why it's one of my favorites. All the blood rushes to my head. You can see I'm a little red. Sorry, I look tired. I work nights, so haven't been up very long. Ran to see my grandpa at the nursing home and then decided to come here. I'll see if my phone will stay here. I might be able to get you a good sideways view, possibly. I try not to get too many people on my live. Some people don't want to be filmed. Oop, I hit a button there. I don't know what I just did. There we go. All right. Oh, I did a decent amount. A decent amount in my younger years, I'll say that. But fitness has been a part of my life basically, shit, since I was 16 years old. Uh, really before that. I've always been an athlete, but I didn't start getting into weightlifting until I was about 16. But I wrestled growing up, always been into sports. Through high school, I wrestled, weightlifted. Powerlifting was kind of what I was doing in high school. It wasn't until probably like my early 20s that I started learning more about bodybuilding versus powerlifting. Because I was definitely always trying to lift big, lift heavy in my younger days. But so I'll show you this view of this upside down shrug. It's another one of my favorites. As I said, I'm not doing a row, so I'm not bending my elbows like that. My arms are staying straight, and I'm just shrugging. And that is one of my favorites. So definitely glad to have you guys here watching, man. Upside down shrug. That's one of my favorite shoulder routines. Handstand push-ups. These are just kind of my warm-ups for my shoulders, get myself loosened up. So hit that, man. Let's see. One of my other favorites, I'll show you guys a flag pull. I've shown this before. This is a really popular move. A lot of people want to learn this one. Actually, I had a group of guys today asking if I could teach them that move. So I have videos on this. Jim Homie Chris, what's up, brother? I have videos on the flag pull, a lot of them. I usually start with a clutch flag, which is easier. I don't have a good pole to do it here, but if you'll see on my page, I have a video where I'm using a basketball pole. And basically what it does is the pole goes into my armpit here and down here, and all my weight's going onto this elbow, and I kick up sideways with my feet out into the flag. So that's that. So then I have this here is press flag. Press flag is one that gets a lot of attention. So try to get you guys a better view of that. See how it looks. So basically, I go with a wider grip. I grab down at the bottom and up here at the top, and I just kick up. Right, I'm up here, and then I come down straight into that flag. I've already done a few of those, so I'm a little wore out on those. But that's a really good warm up for your shoulders too, man. Abs, gets everything kind of ready for your workout. This is more like a party trick move. I wouldn't train doing this all the time every day, but it is nice. It's cool to do. Looks good. Really works. It's like doing pull-ups. I mean, you're working so many muscles hitting these flags. So it's a cool move to learn. I like teaching people how to do this stuff. The handstand as well is another one a lot of people want to learn. And I always start with that crow, teach everybody that crow. So we do that. But today we're hitting shoulders and traps. It's kind of a smaller routine. I didn't really plan on doing a live today, honestly. I usually go boxing on Thursday nights, but my dumb ass left my hand wraps at home. So I don't want to go break my wrist tonight. So I was like, well, I guess I'm not going to boxing tonight. So I'll make that up on Saturday, hopefully. So I'll come other side and I'll do the same thing. Start up and come down into that flag. One of my favorites. Glad to have you guys here. Glad you're watching. Like I was saying, I'm hoping the next couple of days, a buddy of mine's supposed to come down tomorrow and Saturday. So kind of do a little live together, man. Get a good workout. Someone I used to train. I got in pretty good shape when we were younger, and we kind of lost touch for about a year or two. He kind of got out of shape, and now he's taking my teachings and he's gotten himself back into shape. So he's looking pretty slim and trim. He doesn't really have access to a gym, so it's been a while since he's done any weights, but he's doing handstand push-ups every day, doing his push-ups, his squats, and he's gotten into great shape. I was surprised. I saw him last week, and he's got his little bicep bang going. I was like, hey, man, looking good. So I'm excited to hopefully get him in a good workout with me a couple times this weekend and introduce you guys to him. So be a good experience, man. Do some lives. But that's pretty much my warm-up moves, man. I did about 4 or 5 sets of those upside down shrugs. Same with the handstands. So I was doing that to warm up my shoulders. I did a set of muscle ups as well. I just kind of loosen myself up before I get going. There it is. I'm looking for my gym bag. All right. So we'll head down here. Looks like there's one open. We will do some shoulder press and some shrugs on these machines down here. So one of my favorite exercises on shoulder day is the shoulder press. How many pull-ups can I do? It depends on the day. When I'm fresh, usually I can get around maybe 20 to 30 on a fresh day. And that's a struggle. When I get to about 25 to 30, I'll start struggling. But like I said, that's fresh. All right, let's see if I can get you guys a good view here. All right, that might work all right. All right, so like I said, we're gonna hit a little bit of upright rows, shrugs, and shoulder press. This is kind of something I do together. It's one of my favorites. I'll start out with a warm-up set with the 25 pounds, and then we'll go up to the 45s. But this is a pretty good little move. It ain't too hard. Thank you, I appreciate it. All right, so I always start out with the upright rows because those are definitely the hardest move that I do here. Weakest point for sure. So upright row, I'm just getting that grip there, and I'm gonna come straight up. I'm trying not to use my legs. I'm trying to get all shoulders here. From that, we go straight into the shrugs because you're working really same muscle group there. So it starts to burn pretty good, pretty quick, going from one to the next. And last, I'll throw it up right into the shoulder press. And that's one set. So I like doing all those together. It's a good little burn. I'll go up, usually stick with the 45 pounder on these. For the shrugs and the shoulder press, I could do more weight. But when it comes to upright row, 45 is a pretty good weight. It's a challenge. So I like that. All right. But man, been pretty nice day. The weather ain't too bad today. Like I said, went up, seen my grandpa today at the nursing home, and ate dinner with him and some of the people up there. And I did a little short last night telling people a story of a guy named Johnny in there. He's about 37, and he attempted to commit suicide a few years back, and it left him with a lot of physical and mental damage. But he's super positive, super sweet guy, And he reached out to me the other day and told me that his dad had passed away, and it just kind of touched my heart, man, because uh, I was one of the only people that he told. So, and he don't know me from Adam, just from eating dinner with him and talking to him every night. So it was kind of cool to think that he sees us as friends, and it made me feel like a good person, that I just go talk to him every day. So that was pretty cool, man. I really thought that was neat. But like I said, we'll do another set of this here. We went up in weight, so definitely harder. Straight into that shrug. Man, and that's one of my favorite shoulder workouts, man, is hitting these three together. It's a good burn. You get it pumped pretty quick, so I really like doing that. Yeah, dude. So, uh, yeah, Johnny is a super good kid, man, and it just made my day that I was one of the few guys that he reached out to about that. And me and this older woman, Lila, and Lila's a sweetheart too, man. She's 95 and she's sassy. I get her a birthday card and stuff. She's so funny. She talks about how she raised 5 boys, and uh, she caught her old man cheating on her, and she beat him up and the girl. And I'm like, this girl's crazy for an old lady, man. She's a lot of fun. So I see her and Johnny every day and eat dinner with him and my grandpa, and it's a good time, man. It's a good time, and it means a lot to them. And I always do it. It kind of makes my workouts a little shorter, but it's worth it, man. Family's most important, and building those connections with people, and it helps their mental health. It helps my mental health. So really good, man. Really positive. I love it. But yeah, man. Like I said, I had a pretty good day, man. I slept, did that, come here. I said only mishap was leaving my wrist straps at home, so I got to miss boxing tonight, which pisses me off because I do that more often than not. Working nights, I tend to forget shit all the time. So my brain's scattered most of the time anymore. But that's all right. We'll still get it in. So, and I get to do a live today with you guys on shoulders, which has been a few weeks since I've been able to do my shoulders on a live because I rushed through to get to boxing. So taking my time, nothing wrong with that. So we'll do another set here. I'll probably end up doing at least 3 sets at this weight here, plus that warm up set. So about 4 sets total usually on this, and then we'll go down and do some seated shoulder press with the dumbbells, and a few things down there with shoulders. So good little shoulder routine. Pretty simple. It's kind of a smaller day. I like the shoulder day because it's not as taxing as my bench press or my squat or my deadlift day. Definitely feeling it. Definitely feeling it. Nate Cali Fitness, yeah, dude. I know that dude. Officer Burpee, yeah, I've seen him too. That's cool, dude. Monday or Tuesday. Okay, I'm gonna check those out. Yeah, they've both commented on my stuff before too, so I've seen them. That's cool, man. I think it's awesome you've been doing those collabs, dude. Definitely. When I got time on the weekend, we got to plan something out. We'll do a workout when I'm at home. We can hit some burpees and stuff, do some collab, come up with something good for us. I'm down. Um, Definitely. I said usually weekends work best because I'm always off. Uh, like Friday, usually get off Friday morning and then I'm off till Sunday night. So weekends always work the best for me. So, but definitely, dude, I would definitely love to do a collab like that sometime. I think it's cool when you guys get together and do that stuff. I watch them. I'm like, man, that's pretty dope. But yeah, guys, definitely go check out Gym Homie Chris, dude. His page, man. He's doing a lot of good lives. I watched him and Rise Relentless a couple weeks ago had done a live together, man. They had a really good live. It was a good time, man. Really cool to watch. So these collab lives are pretty neat, man. It's a pretty neat little thing to do. I definitely love to be a part. So, but they're both good dudes, good family men. So check out both of their channels, man. I follow both of them. So definitely Rise Relentless, Jim Homie Chris. Gravity Core Fitness is my other one, man. I like a lot. Gravity Core I talk about quite a bit, man. He's a guy from Wales, 56 years old, was a natural bodybuilder for a very long time. A lot of accomplishments, won some awards. Very, very knowledgeable. And the guy's 56 years old, killing it, man. I mean, the guy does 500 burpees, 1,000 burpees, barely breaking a sweat. You know what I mean? And for 56 years old, that's a crazy accomplishment. Because I'm here 33, and 500 burpees would make me feel like dying. But yeah, man, so it's a pretty good little shoulder day. Just to kind of warm up on these. Then hit about 3 or 4 sets. I like those. I was kind of waiting on seat to open up down there. We can get these seated dumbbell press. That's another good little shoulder one I like. I usually do those with some shrugs with the dumbbells. We'll go lighter. We'll hit some flies. Uh, I just try to hit pretty much all the angles of the shoulder that I can, man. So one of my favorites. I might go check down here and see if it's open down here because we can do them down here. I usually use the mirror, but if I'm filming with you guys, I can use my phone. So I don't necessarily need a mirror. I just want to be able to make sure my form is good. But I can use my phone to do that. So let's go see if anything's open down this way for shoulders. Usually this back corner is a little more private anyways. It works better. But like I said, we're just hitting little shoulders, little traps today. Just kind of going through here. Since I'm not doing boxing, we'll probably hit forearms and calves today as well. Let's see. Yeah, we might have a seat open back here. Only problem back here, the weights aren't as heavy as up front. So I have to use a 45 instead of a 50 like I normally use, but that's okay. We can still make this work. All right. All right, guys, I'm going to set you up here. Hopefully this works. These 45s work. So normally on these, like I said, I'll start out just hitting some standing shrugs with these dumbbells. Just about 10 or so, get a good little pump. And then I'll come right into seated shoulder press. 3, 4, 5. Let's get what we can there. I'll superset those two together for 3 sets or so. I don't do a whole lot. I just did handstand push-ups over there. I'm working a lot of the same muscles doing this press. We just did standing press. So really 3 sets is good. Man, we did quite a bit over there. So we already did our shrugs. So this is just kind of another way to do it. Dumbbells. So, oh man, yeah. Jim on this side did leg day on top of triple Navy SEAL burpees. That sounds killer, bro. That sounds killer. I love it, man. I love it. I love a guy that loves his fitness, man. That's what's up. That's a brother right there, man. It's all about the journey. So, like I said, I'll hit about 3 sets of these just superset, man. Normally, I go a little heavier, about 50 pounds instead of these 45s, maybe 55, but they don't have to be real heavy. But man, a lot of people on these seated presses, they like to have their back up against the bench. I like just not having nothing behind me because it forces me to really tighten my core and my back because I have to fight to stay straight. So I can't go as heavy, but it's really a fight to stay in good form when I can't rest against the seat. Just like that. But definitely appreciate you guys watching, man. I know I'm not the most charismatic guy sometimes. Working nights wears me out. I'm usually tired. But I love doing this stuff. I love teaching people good form, things they can throw into their workouts, man. I'm no expert, just a guy that loves fitness, and I'm just here to help. But yeah, like I'm really excited, man. I'm really excited, man. I'm hoping my buddy comes down tomorrow and Saturday. We're planning on doing our cable chest and arms tomorrow. Is a really good routine, one of my favorites. I think people know I like doing my chest. So one of my favorite routines tomorrow. And then Saturday, we're going to do a good body weight workout. Hey, man, I've seen you, Gravity Core. I love it, man. Thank you, brother. Thank you, brother. I've seen that. You posted me. He's always doing that for people. So we'll do their lives, and I appreciate it, man. Super good dude, super positive guy. I was just talking about you. I was just talking about old Gravity Core, the 56-year-old phenom. This is the last set, so I'm really just repping these out so I get that good burn. We got a little lighter shoulder routine coming up. It's really good too. 3, 4. Oh, that burn is real. All right, guys, so we're going to hit a little bit lighter on this next one. So now I got the 20s, a little bit lighter. I'm going to bring you up a little bit. So now I'm going to be working on my flies, my lateral raises. So I'm going to hit every head on this routine here. I'm going to hit the front, the side, and the rear. One of my favorite things on shoulders. I just try to hit them all. So do a little mix here. So one thing I'll do, I show people on these sides. I'll come up straight, and you'll see my shoulder turn on the next set. And all I'm doing, the first one, I'm coming out straight. That second one, I'm twisting my wrist till it's this way, right? The first one comes up this way. Second one comes up that way. And what's that going to do? It's going to target the rear delt a little more when I twist my wrist back that way. That's something I picked up from Arnold in one of his books, and I really started feeling it. I was like, okay, I see what he's talking about. So I always do that every other set, or every other rep, I mean. So hit those, and then I'll come out to the front. Just one, and then both. That's going to hit those front delts. And you can turn your wrists if you want on these two. Just hit a different angle. It's just like going from diamond push-ups to wide push-ups. You're working the same muscle, you're just hitting it at a different angle. So, and then what I'll do is I'll bend, and I'm going to hit the rear delts now. So I'll start with the bent arm and just come up, right? Boom, boom, boom. And then I'll straighten them out and do the same thing. And that burns, that adds up pretty quick on that burn, man. Really good. And next, I'll go straight into these arm circles as soon as I'm good and loose. I try not to take a break if I don't have to, but that burn starts to get you. So arm circles forward, backwards, and then just kind of straight up and down. And even 20 is heavy today. So that is one of my favorite things to do on shoulders, man. That burn, I feel that all in my shoulder right now. So I love that. So I usually do 2 or 3 sets of those. And there's another one I'm going to do with the same amount of weight. I learned from a guy on YouTube. I think it was Jeff McPart, actually, working the rears again, where you're basically going to do like a hammer curl and then come up and then out straight. And that really targets that rear delt really well. So that's another one. I tried it. I watched this video, tried it, and I was like, I like how that feels. And I should have been doing those a long time ago, because that's what the video said. If you're not doing these already, you should have been doing it a long time ago. So I watched it and I was like, he makes a lot of sense. I like it. He's a science guy. I'm not a science guy, but I do follow him. I do listen to a lot of stuff he says. That's Jeff Napard, very knowledgeable guy. And one of the ones that I really believe is natural of most of the influencers on YouTube that aren't. I really think he is when he says he's natural. So he just follows science to a T because he's smart. So, all right. So we're going to go one more set of the same thing on those sides. And I'm twisting that wrist again every other rep. Out to the front. Already burning. You can see my veins popping. It's already freaking burning. And then down. Oh man, I'm gonna try to go right into these circles. It's gonna suck. Just like that, guys. Really good shoulder burn. You can see it's popping. One of my favorites. And you'll notice on these, man, I don't ever go over like 20 pounds. A lot of people try to go really heavy on their shoulder raises, which is cool, but it's so easy to get an injury, man. Like, who was it? John Cena, when he was back wrestling and he was, in really good shape, was doing an article in Muscle and Fitness or Men's Fitness, one of those, talking about shoulder raises. Because they're like, dude, you're massive. How much are you doing? And he's like, oh, just about 25 pounds is the heaviest I ever go on those. And, that's because he's like, hey, anything heavier, you could tear anything in there so easy. The shoulder's not a huge muscle. So really a lighter weight is fine on those. So that works really good. Like I said, so I just stay at 20s, whether I'm using the cables, whether I'm using free weights, I do that. So for this next one, I'm going to show you, I also stay light on these. And like I said, basically, I'm just going to be doing like a hammer curl, coming out and then out straight. I'm going to do that and just repeat. And that burns already, dude, from everything I've been doing. I may go down to the 15s, honestly. But I usually come through on these two in between and just do a little bend here. And almost similar to what I was doing before, but I'm a little less bent. And I'm coming up like this, just really hitting between the shoulder and the traps on this. That little separation, just by less bending. I'm not all the way bent over like I was when I was working rear delts. It's just a slight bend, and that really just targets right in there which I'm really shooting for to pop out the definition. So just a little raise there. So I'll do those two together, usually about 3 sets on those as well. So man, that's all about, like, for me, my rotator cuff is about weight. So that's why I don't go over like 15, 20 pounds, because if I go over that, that's when I start getting rotator cuff issues. Like when I'm doing them arm circles, 20 pounds is the max, because anything more, dude, it's so easy to injure your shoulders. And if you're already dealing with rotator cuff injuries, it's really hard to heal that, man. I have a buddy, I do these things, these bridges for my back. He had a rotator cuff injury, but I had him practicing wrestling bridges where I'm on my back and my head, and he would just put his arm down like that and practice that with his shoulder. And he said eventually that healed his rotator cuff, just working that and doing those bridges, that eventually it strengthened that up. So he was like, man, I feel so much better. Thank you for showing me that. Because he had rotator cuff. He was in his probably mid 40s back then, and this was probably 10 years ago. And he had a lot of rotator cuff issues. And I was in my 20s, and I was just showing him, like, hey, here's something I do to strengthen my shoulders. So really good there. So I'm going to go down and weight on this one, the next one, because that 20 was pretty heavy. I'm using 17 pounds now because the 15s are gone. So like I said, I'll come up this way, and then out. And I'll show you a side view on that. I'm coming up, and then back. And for me, my right rotator cuff, it does aggravation compared to like my left side. Like right now, I just feel that a little more, and that just comes with getting older, man. Age, doing this for so long, your joints, things wear down. So, and like I said, in between, I'm just kind of doing that, and this little bit here, just like that. So the ones I was just doing, they kind of work the sides and they also work the rear, because like when you're coming up, like this portion of it, once I get here, this is obviously hammer curl, that gets that side delt when I come out. But then when I hit this part coming this way, that hits the rear delt. Once you come out straight, you get that rear delt burn. And like I said, I got that from Jeff Napard. And dude, that I did a few sets, and like I said, I just did 2 or 3 there, and it was like my rear delt was like, when you hold it out here, it's on fire. So I got those from him. I really like those. So I'm trying to think what else we're gonna do on shoulder day. We did. It's been so long since I've done a live on shoulder day. I want to make sure I didn't miss anything with the barbells. We did shrugs, we did press, hit those. So I think that's really it on the dumbbells. So while we're here and I have the bench, we'll probably go ahead and knock out forearms. I'll show you. This is actually, I got this from Arnold as well. Anyone who's watched my channel knows I'll preach it every time. I got these out of one of his books, man. He's the GOAT. He has the most knowledge. Anything he says, I go for it. So this is it. But basically, Arnold's doing this here. He's just, my wrist is barely over this bench, and I'm just coming up and doing a little wrist curl, right? And he does it with a big barbell. He says, use a big barbell. These are the best things I have at Planet, so I make it work. But I'm going to come in and just kind of right over that bench and up. And we'll just rep those out. And I'm really pushing my forearms together with my knees here, and I'm just bending over my forearms. Get a little burn. And what I added to it was I come up, and now I'm just going to go reverse wrist curl. You can do this behind your back too, but front works just as well. And all I'm doing is hitting that back forearm, repping that out. Just pop, 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 get a good little burn, and I'll go straight into regular reverse curl. A little wider grip, get into that reverse curl. And then I'll come from there to regular curl. I'll start out wide. This is just a good little burner. Get a good pump. Come in a little closer. Finish in real close. Just like that. But that is one of my favorite little forearm things. So I love that. We'll 2 or 3 sets of these usually. Call it good, man. Arnold says just do 3 sets every day for your forearms. So he does 3 sets of 10. So I'm doing a little extra, but I'm really trying to pump these up. And it's been hard, man. I get good definition. I just want more size to them. And the same with my calves. Arnold trains his calves every day too. So that's why we're going to go do those next. And then we'll make sure we didn't miss anything on shoulders, finish it out. And I'll probably hit a little walk on the treadmill. Since I'm not doing boxing, I'll probably do an incline walk, fast pace, little fat burn. So I used to try to go high intensity on everything, like when I was younger. And it got me to lose weight, and I was in pretty good shape. But the more videos I watch and the more I'm learning from guys and the more I'm reading, I'm learning fat loss can actually be better by doing a slower, for instance, a 30-minute on the treadmill at a 10 incline and a speed at about a 3 to a 3.5. So not real fast, just a fast walk. Doing that for 30 minutes can actually cause you better fat loss than going like 7, 8 for 1 to 2 miles, which is what I used to do. I used to just run 2 miles quick as I could at a 7 to 8 per mile per hour pace, right? And just try to sprint that out, right? And that's really good for your cardiovascular health. So like for me with boxing, that helps a lot. I do still do my runs at that at a fast pace, but I'm also throwing in slower walks throughout the week at an incline because I say that can actually cause better fat loss. So, and I've always been working on that too. The love handle area is always a problem. So you're always trying to lose that, man. And a lot of that is diet too. But I'm someone who likes to eat. So that's always really tough. But that is one trick I've learned over the time, man, is sometimes you think you know what you're doing, but you can always learn and improve more. And that whole new aspect of cardio is something that I'm like, I don't have to bust my butt all the time, which is nice. And I might actually get better results if I don't. So kind of cool. And plus, I get plenty of cardio. I do my boxing and I do my burpees once a week. So all right, so we're going to go here. There we go. Welcome to the page, fellas. Welcome to the page. Man, glad to have you guys here. Austin, glad to see you back, man. We're just hit a little bit of shoulders today. Glad to have you, man. Hit a little shoulders. Now I'm kind of hitting my forearms, showing my little forearm routine I do. This is more biceps, but after doing my forearms with it, it keeps it burning. So I really like those, man. Like I said, I usually do 3 sets of this. So hit that. We're going to get some calf raises next. We'll do 3 sets on those. And then we'll go look at and make sure we didn't miss anything on shoulders. So I'm a little scattered, man. Working nights, I'm always. But I'll probably do a little bit of lat raises on the cables. I'll show you something on those that also Jeff Napard showed me in one of his videos that I really liked. Something I'd never done before with the lat raise, and that is normally I do my lat raise from the bottom, right? But he actually has a video where he comes up here and does it up here, and that changes the whole aspect of it. Really nice, actually, because I'm not used to those. I'm used to doing it down here, and that's what I'm comfortable with. So bringing it up here and having to come from here, there's never like you're not resting right here. It's like holy crap, this is pretty hard all the way through. So I like those. I'm always trying to learn new stuff. So when I see something that's like, damn, I've never tried that before, I always try it out. And man, it was a good video. So I recommend checking out his page, man. Jeff has a lot of good knowledge stuff. Um, natural bodybuilder, very smart. So all right, so we'll hit one more set of these. Like I said, I'm just doing forearms for those just tuning in. We already did warm up. We did some handstand push-ups, upside down shrugs, flag pulls. Then I went over. I did shoulder press and shrugs and upright rows on the barbells over there on the big machines. Went and did some dumbbell presses, dumbbell shrugs, did some lightweight little lat raises, front, delt, rear, hit all the heads. So now I'm working on forearms, and I got this from Arnold, one of his books, man. That's one of the forearm things I do every day. It's just this little wrist curl, but he said to give me 3 sets every day, and I could do more weight. I've been dealing with a little bit of wrist injuries from boxing, from hitting the bag so hard, the heavy bag. So I've been staying a little lighter, but I'm finally healing up from that. So, like I said, little reverse wrist curl here, right into regular reverse curl, into wide grip, a little closer, and finish with the closest grip. And that's it, guys. That is some of my favorites right there. All right, so now let's go check out and see if these calf raises machines open. Uh, I don't really like the calf raise machine we have here at Planet, but it's the only one we got. I prefer like a standing one. I think they work the calves a lot better than this one does. One where you're standing straight up and down with the weight on your shoulders. But you work with what you got, you know, and we'll make this work. So this one, I'm more at an angle, and I'm just kind of here, and I'm sitting on this bench. So, and I'm just pushing back. So it's a little easier, but I usually go down close to the bottom of the stack, keep it heavy, and then just kind of up, and we just calf raise it out, man. Pretty simple. My calves are definitely something that could use work. I have good definition, but I'm really trying to blow them out. All right. Like I said, I have good definition. You can see I got a good little pivot there, a little divot, but I'm really just trying to explode them. I want them bigger. So really my whole legs. I have good definition on my legs, but I want them to be a lot bigger. And they got smaller when I lost weight because I went when I was younger, like in my late teens, early 20s, being up around 200 to 230, especially when I was like 17, 18, I was up around like 235, 240. And man, I could squat so much weight. But as I lost that weight, everything went down. My squat went down, my legs got smaller, but I looked better in the mirror. So there's a trade-off. You know what I mean? It's kind of a trade-off. You might lose some strength, but you might look better when you take your shirt off. So you kind of got to figure out what you want. Which for me, I worked out so I could look good. I just never understood it. I used to power lift. I never understood how bodybuilding worked or trying to get to the point where you look good until I got older. So I just turned 33 this year. So still doing all right. I'm still not super old, but I'm getting older. So what's going on? Sorry, there was a loud noise. I'm like, I don't know what the hell it was. I don't know if it was a rain outside or somebody had a big fan going. But commotion here at the gym. Planet's always got something crazy going on. Anyone that knows Planet Fitness, always something crazy going on. So, but like I said, I just hit about 3-4 sets of these calf raises, man. I just kind of go heavy and just try to rep it out, get those veins popping, feel the pump, and we'll move on to the next thing. So, like I said, we might go grab some cables over here, and I'll show you what I was talking about with the cable lat raises. But really, the only other thing I have, there's some shoulder presses we can do on some of the machines here, where you can isolate, do one side, the other side. But we pretty much did that with the with the barbells already, with the dumbbells. We already hit a lot of shoulder presses, so there's really not a need. But if I'm still feeling fresh, I could go do that. There's a few little tips and tricks with medicine balls I like doing, but we really don't have any heavy medicine balls here. I'll use my 20-pound sling ball at home. You can kind of toss it with one arm, catch it with the other, work your shoulders really good doing that. Um, and the slam ball. I may do that actually on Saturday with Sam if he shows up. We'll do our little slam ball burpee thing. I might throw in some shoulder toss too, just to kill us, because why not? I love torturing my friends through crazy workouts. So I'm really excited. For those who didn't hear, I'm hoping my buddy comes down tomorrow and we can do a couple workouts together. It's been a while, so really excited to get him into town, man. And we're gonna do cable chest and arms, and then we're gonna do a home workout on Saturday. We'll do our run, we'll do our slam balls, good little routine. So, but legs and core today, I like it, Austin. That's what's up, dude. Chest and shoulders, I love it, man. I love it, dude. I love to hear what you guys are working on today, your workouts, what your routines are, man. I just try to show people stuff they can throw into their routines, man. We did shoulders today, so we hit shoulders uh, and uh, traps today. So I did shrugs. We did a little bit of forearms and calves, because I always hit my forearms and calves. Those who watch my page know, man. Um, Hanging knee lifts. I love the hanging knee lift, dude. I just try to show people stuff like that, man, with the leg raise, V ups, all that stuff, man. That's just some of my favorite things. So love that. I realized I forgot my gym bag over here. I was talking to you guys and got distracted. So we're gonna go grab that before anybody takes it, because all my stuff's in there. So I need my gym bag. But yeah. So like I said, we did really good shoulders today, man. I had some good shoulder presses. I warmed up with the handstand push-ups. Kind of cool. I had some guys wanting to learn how to do the flagpole today, so I was teaching them how to do that before I started my live. And, pretty fun, man. I enjoy doing stuff like that around the gym. But like I said, we just kind of let's see. I'm trying to find a good cable. Make sure. Yeah, I'm not going to do anything on the presses down there. We're going to go over here. We're going to grab these cables. So I'm just going to show you an alternative you can do on the lat raises. Like I was doing with those dumbbells. So this is a Jeff Nord thing that I got from one of his videos. So show you guys that real quick. If I can find a good place to put you. All right, hopefully that'll work. You stay there. So I'm not even going to hook up a handle because I don't really need it. I'm going to go real light here. So I'm used to doing my lat raises on the cables at the bottom, right? And just coming here. And you can kind of do the same thing. Just how I was doing with the dumbbells, you can turn your wrist like I was, like that. Boom. You can turn it around and you can come out straight, right? Hit your straight raise. And you can still do the bent raise too. You can still bend over. You can do single arm, right? You can hit every angle just like I did with the dumbbells. But one thing that Jeff showed me that was new to me was bringing it up to about chest level. So I'm coming out straight from my chest and just coming up, right? Might step out a little, but coming up. And it hits a totally different angle. And there's still pressure. Like even though I'm at the bottom, there's still pressure on my shoulder right here because it's stretching across. So the pressure never really leaves. So it's a totally different feeling, which I like. It's like a good little stretch. Because when I'm at the bottom, when I'm down here, there's really no pressure. It's all released. Well, there's a lot up here up top. On this, there's really not a whole lot up here. I'm feeling some pressure. But when I come down, I start feeling it's like opposite. You start feeling pressure. So that's why I really like. I got those from Jeff McPart, and I really like these, man. And you don't have to go real heavy. You can keep them light, but it's just a nice little shoulder stretch in there. And one of my favorites, man. Honestly, just on shoulder day, I finish out with this because it's just a good stretch too. I don't go real heavy, but man, you feel that like a little tension, and it's like whoa. Yeah, dude, give it a shot on your shoulder day because, like I said, I'm usually doing one down here like everybody else, right? I usually just come down here, but there's not a lot of pressure at the bottom. Sorry, I moved you a little. There's not a lot of pressure at the bottom of these. It's just kind of like it's just sitting there. I don't really feel nothing. But up here, I feel a lot. But when you bring it up here, the pressure stays even here, and you'll get a little bit less up here, but you still feel it. So it's just a totally different angle. Um, but I'm always looking for stuff like that, tips and tricks that might help me get better shoulders, that make me grow. I'm like, hey, I'm willing down to try anything. And it was cool, man. I really like Jeff. He's got a lot of good knowledge. So that's pretty much the whole shoulder day, man. It's pretty simple. Like I said, I recommend one thing you can do if you're at home, you don't have a lot of weights. Just go to Walmart, man, and get some cheap stuff. Get you some light dumbbells or kettlebells because you can do that with kettlebells too. Like what I was doing with those dumbbells, 20 pound kettlebells, pretty heavy, but you can do the same thing. Just pop right out straight, and with the kettlebell works too. But one thing I do at Walmart, I get a slam ball. This is a medicine ball, so a medicine ball is really bouncy. I don't like it as much because like slamming it, it could go back and hit you in the face. So I don't really like it. But slam ball, when you hit it, boom. So Walmart actually has really good stuff. I got a slam ball from Walmart that actually works fantastic. 20 pounds. Wasn't real expensive, but I've had it for over 2 years. It's worked great, man. But you'll just slam, pop, right? But one thing I like doing is between the slams, you can take that 20-pound medicine ball and you can just pop, right? Shoulder, across shoulder. That 20 pounds adds up. It's pretty heavy, and you can really throw it hard, catch it. It works the shoulders really, really well. So really love that. Like I said, Walmart has great stuff, man, for cheap. You can get good jump ropes there. But just getting home gym stuff for cheap, man, to start out when you're just starting. If you can't afford a gym membership, like I said, my buddy Sam, he really can't afford a gym membership right now. His job doesn't really pay enough. And he's making it on his own, just trying to make it. Um, I try to think of things for guys like that, man. So because I know I'm at the gym and there's a lot of stuff you may not have access to. Um, but you can still get a good workout even without it. That's what I'm trying to say. So definitely, man. I think pretty much all I'm going to do the rest of the day, I'm going to go get on this treadmill. I told you I'm probably going to incline 30 minutes, about a 3.2 to 3.5 pace. Just go 30 minutes, get a good little pop, pop, pop. Exactly. Gym homie Chris will tell you, man, he's got his little home gym going. And, bro, he works out at home, and he'll get body weight shit, get his burpees in, do his little card stuff. I mean, bro, like I did that card routine. Dude, the world is your gym. Exactly. Follow gym homie Chris, man. That guy is super good at what he does. Some of them prison style workouts, bro. Like I did a lot of those card workouts myself in my younger days, and bro, they kill you. Like I used to do one just like they were doing with their little burpee and leg routine. When I had one, it was push ups and squats with the cards and the whole deck. By the time you're at the end of that deck, you can't even move, dude. So I have respect. I have respect for that, dude. The calisthenics is where it's at, and I would tell everybody, man, if I have a choice between calisthenics or weights, I'm going calisthenics. I was going to a gym that cost me a little more. That had really good free weights, but when I started boxing, I had to cut one of my gyms out. I was like, I can't afford 3 gyms, so I chose boxing, and I was like, okay, I have to choose either this gym for weights or Planet Fitness, which has this body weight area. This is where I do my flag pulls. Like you guys see me do the flag pulls, the handstands. This gym, Planet, has a really good body weight area. So I was like, I got to go with the body weight stuff, man, because that's what got me my body, like the shape, right? Like the weights helped me keep mass. It helped me keep size. I looked big. But like the pull-ups, the push-ups, that sort of stuff is what made me get the lats, get the V shape, and it helped me get a developed chest. Like that came from body weight stuff, honestly. So I always recommend calisthenics to everybody. I'm like burpees, push-ups. That's the way to go to get a good shaped body. You know what I mean? Um, that's how you get the body shape, right? That's what a lot of guys want. You may not get huge doing calisthenics. You can still get good muscle growth, but you may not look like Arnold, right? You may not get huge, but you can get nice and chiseled just from doing body. I'll show you my buddy Sam if he shows up. He's gotten very slim, very trim, just from doing body weight stuff, right? He looks great. I'm like, dude, you look fantastic. So, but if you really want to pack size, yeah, get you some weights, man. You're gonna need it if you really want to pack on a lot of size. If you're already someone who's pretty muscular, like Jim Homie Chris, he's built like a truck. He's already pretty big. Like if he just sticks with his calisthenics forever, he's just gonna look even more chiseled, you know. Um, or like Swagger Daddy's another guy that I follow. He's very very cut up. That dude, I'm telling you what, I think he has a 12 pack. so, um, so yeah, if you really want to get really really big, weights are definitely the better option. But if you just want a good looking body, calisthenics, dude, I'm telling you, pull ups, like you don't need all the weights. I love weightlifting. Don't get me wrong. You see me here all the time. I love weightlifting. But calisthenics will get you a good looking body. And that's what a lot of people want. They want to go to the beach, take their shirt off, and look great. Get you some calisthenic stuff. You know what I mean? So, but like I said, guys, I'm gonna go hit this cardio before work. I got about 30, 40 minutes. So I'm gonna get out of here. Like I said, I'm praying to God tomorrow. I get to do a live with my buddy. You guys can meet him. We're gonna have a good time, man. I'm gonna push him. It'll be a lot of fun. He's charismatic. He's a whole lot of fun. He'll say some crazy off the wall shit. So, good time, man. I'm gonna push him. I'm gonna make him feel like dying for the next 2 days while he's here in town. So, but God bless you guys, man. Love y'all. Keep your head up. Let's get this dang muscle. You know what I'm saying? All right, guys. We'll see you tomorrow.